Yes. Good morning, everyone. Now, let's see what we discussed in the previous class. Now, sir, in the previous class, we just see something called routers. So, the main topics we are going to discuss, we discussed something called context API. We discussed something called forms. We discussed something called router, the React router DOM. What happened now? We discussed something called React router. What?
Recording in progress.
Online, is it clear the voice? Online, his voice is clear. What happened? Okay, now we discussed React router DOM. This week we are going to do styling. Okay, so we are going to do Tailwind or Bootstrap or Material or Shad CN, whatever the stylings we know. Along with this, we will do whatever the topics we know only. Okay, we are going to do more and more practice. Okay, next week onwards, we are going to do advanced ones. Is it clear, ma? Is everyone clear? Yeah. Now, along with this, everyone should remember states, okay, and at the same time use effect. These five things you should remember till the end of the evening, till the end of this particular week. Okay, every day we are going to do something. Okay, today what we are going to do, uh, before that, let me tell you what is React Router DOM. React Router DOM is a third party library. Okay, React Router is a third party library used for routing in React applications. In React applications, whatever the routing is there, for that we will use it, sir. How you will use it, sir? Same like context API, you will take browser router will be global container. In the main file, you will take the browser router as the global container, sir. Okay. Use ref one more time, please, today with forms. Today projects, yeah, we'll do. If projects comes, if forms comes, we will do use ref only. Okay. We'll do. Don't worry, ma. Now, so browser router will be global container. That means whole application will be inside the browser router. There are different types of routers in React router, hash router, history router, memory router, and all. But here we are using mainly browser router. In most of the applications, people use browser router only, so that it works fine with the browsers. Now, next, each route, each route is is embraced in route tag, route tag, route tag, and all routes are embraced in routes. All routes are embraced in routes. Okay. Okay. So earlier, before React Router 5, we used to have switch instead of routes. We used to have switch. Now it is changed as route. Okay. A link will use link tag. Link will use link tag. Okay, instead of anchor tag, because anchor tag will reload the page. Link tag will not do that. Okay, that is why we use something called the link tag, ma. Okay. Now, everything is capital only. In route tag, R capital. In routes, yeah, it is true. R here, link tag. It is true. Okay. Yeah. Now, okay, for not found page, for not found page, we can use we can use asterisk as path. You can give child routings, you can give dynamic routings. Okay, you can take the parameters from routings, which we will do it in our applications. Okay, now let's see, sir. Okay, now which one we are gonna do? A simple movie application will do. Movie API. If it is not completed today, we'll take it like one project 2 days also. Okay, clearly, no worries. Now let's go here. New terminal and npx npm cd projects cd movie API. Now I am already inside an empty folder. This is very interesting. I want the bit app to install in this particular app. Okay, in this particular folder, you will put dot. If you don't put that, what will happen, sir? Inside the movie API, another folder will be created. Okay. So it's up to you how you wanted your things. npm create with @latest. And here I will use something called dot. Is it clear, ma? Okay. Package name. Now go here React, go here JavaScript, npm install. It's getting installed. And in the meanwhile, sir, I'm gonna check it like any API, TMDB API. For the persons who don't know, TMDB API is an API for you know, you can check it the TMDB API here. How do I get it? TMDB is similar to this. See, TMDB is similar to normal IMDB. I think most of the people who are in movie ones will know this IMDB. Okay, so TMDB will give you all types of movies and as an API. Now, API means what we know, sir. API means a particular data will be embraced by a endpoint, right or not? In the endpoint, if I go to that endpoint, I will get the data, right? You all did in the previous week use effect. How did you do? You went to one particular API and you get the data, right? Now, when you are getting the data, sir, you have seen it in that particular endpoint, so much data is there, right or not? Now that data I want it. Is it clear? Now that data I wanted, I have to check it. Where is the endpoints? Where are the endpoints? Let me check it like here endpoints, get API key. Here it is asking me to API key. Now here login. This is for signing up, I think. So I'm using some temp mail. I think you all know what is temp mail, right? Temp mail is used to get a temporary mail. I'm using a temp mail to get an API key. And once I get an API key, I will use it. Copy, paste, village on. Account verification required. Go here. It came. Activate an account. So this why I'm doing it. I'm doing this so that I will get it some please build map application project in future classes I want. Sure. Whatever the projects you want you guys want it, give me. Like we will try those things. Okay. Yeah. Now here I got this. So username. What is the username I keep? Religion. Right. What is this? Yeah, I got an account. In the account, I will have an API, sir. Okay. Let's check it here. Where is my API? Overview, main, favorites, movies. No, I don't think APIs are here. Where are the APIs, Ray? Okay. API. Good. This much I have to do. Seriously. Demo movie. You have to do this much. This is the API key. Very good. Text. I'm gonna give my API key in the uh, you know, classroom so that you guys can use it. This is the official documentation. Where is the endpoint? JSON data. Why? Okay, we'll try and another one then. Sample APIs. I will check it that one and we'll do it that one again. Okay, TMDB I will try it again, don't worry. Now, because it's taking more time in the documentation itself, I went to something called sample API, sir. Now in this there is a thing called movies list. By default, when I'm going into any movie, If I click here animation, here all animated movies are coming. This is nice. So if I go to animation, animation movies are coming without any API key. This one is better, sir, than this all things. Sample APIs. Okay. Now start our React application. npm run dev. And at the same time, let's go here, clear cd projects, cd movie API. How many of you know here Bootstrap? A good majority of the people already had an idea. For the persons who don't know, I'm just giving you a glance. Bootstrap is a library which can be used for UI purposes. Okay, it's like only CSS. Instead of CSS purposes, Bootstrap can be used. It's a component library also. That means sometimes the components like sliders, models can be getting by Bootstrap. Okay. Now, today as in a UI library, I'm going to use something called Bootstrap. Okay. What one day today we will do Bootstrap, then React Bootstrap, then Tailwind material like that we will use. Okay, for each and every project. Now here I'm going to use install npm install bootstrap, and I need React router for routing, right or not? Which can be React router DOM, and I need another thing called Axios. You can actually write it everything at one time only. Okay. What more I need? That's it as of I know. So let's start it, sir. Here, Bootstrap will be installed. Then React router DOM. You can check it. You can go to here in the package.json, sir. In package.json, they will mention here. See, Bootstrap, React router DOM, and Axios. These things were there. Is it clear, ma? Any doubts? No. Very good. Now let's go here. Let's go here. Projects. Go to movie API. Go here SRC. Main. Sir, in the main, you need to put something called browser router. What do you need to put? Browser router. Browser. Okay. Import from React router DOM, and I am going with here browser router. Okay. So the more and more you go, the more and more you can dig. Now here browser router. My whole application will be inside the browser router, sir. Is it clear, ma? Any doubt, sir? No. Good. Here in the browser router, you can actually have it. Here, see, app is there. So inside the app, let's go here. Let's REFCE. Now inside this, now let's create it two more pages here. Here I'm going to create it pages. I think you guys know when you are using it for only one use, ma, you will write it as something called component. For example, slider. Slider is not a page. Slider is part of the page. A button, a header, a footer. These things are parts. So we will call them as components. Okay. So you should divide your particular structure, folder structure into different things. Okay. Now here pages, and here components, components. And now here go to the pages. Now inside this pages, I'm going to write it here movies.jsx and another one. For each movie, we need one page now, right or not? Movie.jsx. Now here. Browser router is like the context provider. Any like third party library actually in React works like the context provider only. Okay. So it will provide a big container in the whole application, and anything in it can be used by any other application like link, routes. These things are using now, right? Yeah. Now again here components may header.jsx, footer.jsx. Any doubt, sir? Is it clear, sir? Everyone? Now go here. App, it's over. Now in the app, so let's call movies. Import movies. Okay. RAFCE, 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 RAFCE. Is it clear, ma? Now go here in the header. First thing in the header, I want it. Okay. Header and footer. Let's go here. Let's go to my app application. In the app application, I'm gonna import header. Why it's not working? Header from what? Why it's not working? It should show suggestions now. Import header from dot slash. So no dot slash components slash header dot jsx. Usually it will be automatically imported, right? Now here movies. Mm, footer. Now go here in the movies. Let's write it. Movies page. Movie. Movie page. Header page. Control C. Y. 5173. Oh, I think I didn't ask the assignment, right? You guys tried it? We'll check it. At the end, we'll check it. Okay? No worries. Now, why it is not showing anything here? Huh? app.js లో ఉందిగా. See, I didn't do anything only till now. Movies is not defined. Go to app. Okay, obviously. Import. I don't know why suggestions are not coming. Usually they will come from pages. It's not even showing the this one very bad. Control C, Control V, footer. Huh? Component. Ah, everything is correct only. Footer.jsx. Correct. Import app.css. Okay, not bad. Now let's define the footer. Now here I'm gonna use the bootstrap logic, sir. According to the bootstrap, here bootstrap will contain containers, ma. So total everything will be in one container, and in that you will have rows and columns wise. It goes with a grid structure where each row will have 12 columns. Okay, each row will have 12 columns. By default, it will be grid. Now, anyway, let's go here. Header. Where is the header here? In the header, let's write it different links. IMG, SRC. You have to give an SRC link here. Okay. Usually, sir, for SRC files, keep it in either public so that you can directly access, or if you keep it in private, if you keep it in here something like assets. Okay. If you keep it something like assets, sir, then you have to take this asset, import it here. You have to import it and use it as a normal property. Is it clear, ma? Now I'm using this one only. Import logo from dot slash assets slash react dot svg. Here I will give something called logo and alt logo. And here and another div. Inside this, we will have something called ul li asterisk 3 home about contact. See, I got the React icon home about contact. Okay. Now let's make them look nice. So first thing, let's go to this app.css. Let's delete it. Except the logo one. I'm gonna delete everything. And index.css also. Go to header. So start practicing the bootstrap. Okay. So how do you do it? Class. Here you are gonna have a bootstrap names. Now what can it be? Container, row. Now actually it will give you bootstrap suggestions also. Why it is not giving suggestions actually? I don't know. Here, okay, I didn't do import bootstrap now. I just installed the bootstrap. Go here, index.main.jsx, import the bootstrap, sir. Import. Where is this? Here only, bootstrap. I didn't see. Bootstrap slash dist slash css slash bootstrap.min.css. I don't know, something suggestions got stopped actually, but usually you will get the suggestions to each and every folder. Okay. Now here, then bootstrap will be applicable, sir. Row, and this one is also having class name, uh, img, fluid, and here you are gonna have it something called deflux, deflux, which will be display flux, flux, uh, justify space between, justify space between. Sir, these are a basic CSS properties, ma. Okay, how the bootstrap will work it is you will give class names, automatically it will apply the CSS for it. Okay. Now here, if I see it in my code, now see display flux happened. Okay. Now why space between is not applicable? Go here. See display flux happened here. Justify space between. Justify content. It should come like this, but it did not apply it. Why? Is it same justify space between only the bootstrap class name? S- Bootstrap, I'm asking. Huh? Space between? Not get it. Inline. No, it should work it for all the things, na? Just a minute. Is any extension is stopping me? I will go here. React, Bootstrap. Uh-huh. We'll try this thing. Justify space between not. Someone said justify content between. Okay, let's try this one. Then, yeah, it worked. Okay. So justify content between, and then inside this, here again, this UL is there now. Again, this ULI also. UL also. Class name, deflux. Okay, now I'm getting suggestions. Okay. So now no one can stop. And style is okay, unstyle. So I don't want any decoration and all for styles. So how do you go with the unstyled style? Something will be there. List unstyled. If I write it in list unstyled for the UL, automatically everything in that list will be unstyled. Okay. Uh, right. See, all came. Now here, because they are flux, I will go with something called gap 3. So each one will have a gap of 3. And here, whole thing is here, background color black and color white. So color white means text white. And this is a container, so that's why it is getting it like this. So I want container fluid so that it will occupy whole page. Any doubts, sir? Online, any doubts, ma? No doubts, right? Now the same way here, import. Now everything is working nicely. What's wrong happened? I'm going with link. React link goes with React router DOM. Where is this? This is next import from React router DOM. Then here link. Now here I'm going to use link. Inside the link I will give home. If someone clicks this link, it should change the path as home only. And again here link uh, about, and it will change it to about. Link contact. It will change it to contact, sir. How row come in single line? That's what the bootstrap, sir. Bootstrap, you don't need to write it any CSS. Automatically, it will only do it everything. Now see, links came. If I click on this to, if I click on this about, why it is not changing it here? About link. Okay, all I give two only. About contact. Perfect. Any doubts, ma? Any doubts, sir? Is it clear, everyone? I hope everyone clear. Okay. Now let's go here. Let's write it two more pages. About dot JSX and contact dot JSX. In the about page, RAFCE, I can write it simply, sir, here. About page is so simple. What you will do it here is uh, some simple heading H1 about, and here paragraph lorem 500 simple, and here div class name text align center. Why again text center? And next contact. Sir, we are going to do contact page also. Okay. But sir, if I go to contact page, how do I go to contact page? If I click on slash contact page should come. How it will come? You need to specify, na? Right or not? You need to specify it. Now go to here, app. There is app here. In the app, in the place of movies, I'm gonna write it here, routes. Okay. Routes need to be imported, and route route here only. Routes also need to be imported. Routes. And here each route you will give path. And here my path is slash. If slash is there, I want the component to be movies. I want movies component to come. Huh? Okay. Component component of element మరి కాంపోనెంట్ ఎందుకు తీసుకుంది? ఓకే. రౌట్ path slash about. No, it's not there. I only forcefully give them. కాంపోనెంట్ అని కూడా ఒకటి ఉంది కదా. Let's try this one. Let's see what is the difference about React Router 6 actually changed everything. Path slash contact, and let's write it here component. Now I already did the link about. Now go here. What is the error? It is saying it. About is not defined. Import about from dot slash components slash pages slash about contact from just to refresh it once. Control C. Hmm? Oh, in contact page, nothing is there. If I go to about page should come. Why it is happening it here? Type is invalid. Expected a string. Okay, or a composite. About. Did you accidentally export a JSX instead of literal component? Now go here. Movies. No, no. App. Here I write it component, na? See, when you write it element, it is expecting, when you write an element, it is expecting only, only the JSX element. So how you write it in JSX, like that you are writing it. But when you are writing component, you don't need to write it like this. Let's try it here about. See, that's the difference between component and the element. When you mention it as an element, you will give the component as JSX element. When you are writing it as a component, you will just write it as a normal component name. Is it clear, ma? But both are valid. Okay, so here also it will be a problem, and you can write it here contact. If I click on contact, nothing is there contact. So let's define a footer and then define the contact, and then comes to actual movies application. Is it clear, ma? Now go here, footer. In the footer also, here I'm going to write a simple logic paragraph. This website is copyrighted, copyrighted, and you will write a symbol of copy 2024. So how do you write it? Class name BG Black, and here text white. Any doubts, sir? Sir, any doubts? No. And here I want the text to be center, so I will also write a text center. So this is what I will get. Okay. So because in the contact nothing is there, it came like that. Okay. So anyway, if something is there, it will come something like this. Okay. And you can make it better also. Now go here, go to my contact page. Because some people are having the problem with the forms, I'm going to use the form. Which form you want me to use? Use ref or normal one? Okay. Sir, it depends on use case. For example, we have actually two types of forms. Go here. I will see this key later. We have two types of forms. Controlled components, controlled components, and uncontrolled components. Controlled components are easy. You will only define use state. You will only write the on change method. Whenever you are changing on changing, you will write it one particular logic according to however you want it, and you will change the state value. You will change whatever the value in the input box to change state value, and you will give it to the form submission. It's clear now. But uncontrolled component means you will not write it. Okay, automatically component will get updated. The value will get updated. How? The value will be updated in uncontrolled components. In uncontrolled components, value will be updated by DOM. Updated by DOM. So that means automatically DOM will keep each one reference. Each one reference. Now, how you have to do is you have to create it references. First step, only two steps. Create references using useref and attach it to input elements. That's it. You don't do any other thing. Okay. Now let's try that only, sir. Now, for the persons who don't know, Bootstrap also have the form things. Okay. You can even use that. Now here I'm just using basically a form of class name form. Now inside this input, each input in a Bootstrap will be form control, sir. Okay. Input type equals to text. Input of email and of type here again form control. I think you know my shortcuts, right? For the persons who did not understand, use the shortcuts. It will make your work productive more and more. Okay. So I will, if I do format, it will be more better. You will see something like this. Okay. This will be easy for you to understand. If someone likes it single line, they'll go with single line also, up to you. Input password, no, text area. I think it's not input. I can directly write it text area form control. Huh? Form control. Now next one, not but not least, here button dot btn dot btn primary. Sent contact. Now they are not having any borders. That is the problem. First one, let's have a break. And here, how can I have form by default? Uh, I think I have something called the label, right? Yeah. Class name, float. What is it? Something label float also will be there. No. Label dot form label. And here you will have enter your name and class will have, I think, form floating. This is perfect, I think. Go here. What will happen is it will come something like this. Enter your name. And I want the form to be not completely packed. How do you do that, sir? Container, class name, container. Focus on how to make them nice and style. Okay, it's not a bad, but I need to be more and more space. Padding 5. Right? Uh, what more will be there? Yeah. Here, this one we must have a placeholder. Enter your name. I think now it will work it like a floating variable. See, if I click on this, floating variable comes. Okay. How the floating variable will come? Three things. First one, form should be form floating. Second one, input element should have a placeholder. Third one, after the input, label should be written. This is the bootstrap syntax, right? Okay. Now, anyway, let's write it here. Same here also. Placeholder. Enter email. And here label dot form label. And here enter email. And here text area label. Normally, do you guys know this one? Like actually, every label will have something called fur. Okay, input elements will have something ID. The fur of the label and the ID of the input will be connected, so that if you click on the label, element will be connected. In React, we will call fur as HTML fur. Instead of fur, you will write it something called HTML fur. Okay, because in React JavaScript now, if you write it here for means another thing is there, right? For loop. So that's why it will confuse. But anyway, I'm not using any HTML for because they are inside. Now labels are inside. Okay. Now here class name, form label, enter the message. Now here you can stop the form text area to be not writable, right? What is that? BR slash. Now here BR slash. Now go here. Huh? Why everything will be inside this only? Something I made a mistake. All IDs are same. ID UN UN. Now here EM here TA. Control C YY. Something is wrong. Okay. we'll do it. Now, along with this, see, we'll find it. Sir, each and every input element should be given one something called reference. Okay. Now here I'm writing three references. Const username ref equals to use ref. Okay. I'm taking in a user referencer. You can keep an initial value of that also. Okay. It's up to you. Okay. You can keep in a user reference initially. What is that? Initially an empty value. Okay. Now here const uh, what is this email ref equals to use ref initially empty value, and here const password ref equals to use ref. Most people are just confusing what is the difference between use state and use ref. In interviews, to confuse you, they may ask you this type of questions. Actually, there is no relation only. Use state will update the state of a particular value. That means not only updating the value, it will also render the page, render the particular component. That is the basic use state definition, right? But the use ref is not like that. Use ref means whatever the element you are storing it. Now, how it will work is, I now imagine here one input box is there. This input box is stored by DOM now. DOM is having this input box ka references. For example, this input box is having a references 1, 2, 3. This DOM will keep note of 1, 2, 3. Now I have to check 1, 2, 3. That's what it will think. Now here, if I write it here A, automatically DOM will write it, okay, 1, 2, 3 value is A. If I write it here B, it will think it like, okay, 1, 2, 3 value is AB. If I write it C, it will write it like 1, 2, 3 value is ABC. Now I will ask in my application, what is the value of 1, 2, 3? And it will say ABC. So the moment you are writing it, your DOM is copying and keep noting it down. Who is making a track of it? The DOM is doing it. The browser is doing it, right? And that is why we are not having any control over it. That is called uncontrolled component. But use state, you are having the control. You are making the use state update however you want it to be, right? Yeah, that's a major difference, sir, which you need to know. Okay, now here, each and every input element should have something called a reference, which is username ref, and this one ref is email ref. This one ka reference is ref. Hey, why I created a password ref? This is bad. Message. Message ref. Okay. Now, to make them work nicely, each one div, I'm gonna go with input label, control X, control V, and here again div, control X, control V. Now next div, This is better. So I will remove this form floating from form, and for each and every individual, I'm giving it. That will make it the work more better. Class name, class name. Good. Is it clear, ma? Any doubts here? So with a sample message. Now, if I submit it on submit, I'm writing it here. The whole form will be submitted here. Submit, like you can write it here, something called on submit. I'm writing it one method handle submit. Okay. Now here I'm writing that handle submit method const handle submit equals to, any doubts, ma? Console dot log username ref dot current means present dot value. You can actually, this current whatever it is give, it will give its actual string value. Now that one you can even do operations also on that string, like all the string operations like replace, split, length, two lowercase and all, but I am just checking it like I want value, just a basic value. Username dot current, let's print it username dot current. Now go here, Raja. Now contact. Now go here, console. Now here, Raja. Now it is going off. The reason it is going it off, because you should stop it whenever submissions happen. E dot prevent defaults. Prevent defaults. I think you know that, right? Prevent default will stop you from executing the form, sir. Now go here. Now here I will click here, Raja. Now here I'm printing it. Now it is giving input ref is not a prop. Trying to access it with will result in undefined being returned. If you need to access the same child within the child component, you should pass it as different prop. Input ref. Where did I pass it as a prop? No, no. Now here dot current dot value. Now see Raja came. Any doubts, ma? Sir, can we create it in the initial useref object? Yes, you can put it anything. Inside the useref, the initial value can be anything. Okay. So it will automatically change whenever you give the value. Okay. Only problem is JavaScript don't check it any data types. If you give it initially an array and later in the input you are giving string, it will take it. But if you use TypeScript, it will not. Is it clear, ma? Yeah. So just make yourself a simple app here. I'm taking pages like home, about, contact. Okay, 3 pages, a basic application. And I'm going to do here printing all the movies, and each movie have is their own page. Like tomorrow we are gonna do routing and the form will be completed. And we will manage if we need anything context, we manage with the main context API also. Okay, so that the project will be good. But I want you to start portfolio project. Okay, portfolio project is similar to this: home, about, projects, and contact. Right? 4 pages will be there. It should look more nicer than this. Okay. For that, I will give you a simple site suggestion. React JS example. This site will help you in so many ways. In that, every React application is there almost in the internet. Now, in this, if I type it here, something called portfolio. Now, here it will give you portfolio suggestions. And here I'm going with only React. Don't go with something called, Tailwind. Sorry, don't go with something called Next.js. Okay, here Next.js will be there in later one class. I will tell you what it is also. See, it is a simple React site. Someone said it. I will go here and I will check their live demo. There, everything will have their demo and their own code also. Okay, now their demo is not working. I think code is there. Anyway, I don't want. Go here. Some other portfolio. It's not having any demo. Personal portfolio. Is it having any demos? Yes, they used Vercel, not working nicely. Right? Go down. Okay, let me see. Show you this. I think it will work. A simple portfolio website. Home, about. You will have about. Okay, projects. You will have all the projects you did. Till now, we did chota projects now. At least some more than five we did. So mention them. And resume. She just printed their resume, and you can download it. I think that four things will be enough. Contact she did not put, you put it. And the more CSS you know, the more beautiful you can make it. First thing, never copy someone's code. See it and do it and change it. I want every design to be unique. Believe me, I have seen thousands of designs. If you bring something from internet, I can find it is it from internet or not. Take it from internet inspiration. Check it this site. There are so many inspirations and do on your own. Okay. For the sources, you can check it here. Always free pick. Free pick will have all the sources, sir. Okay. For animations, you can use something called Lottie files. Lottie files will have an super animations. Just for the persons who don't know, I'm just giving you these things. This kind of cool animations you can put it in your site by Lottie files, or freepick.com will give you nice images. Another website which will give you images are called Unsplash. Unsplash. Okay. Make it something new design and I will see it. Okay. Yesterday, like whatever the project I gave it on Saturday, that project I will see tomorrow. This one, portfolio, make it till day after tomorrow. Take your time and make it creative. Wednesday, I'm gonna check it. Tomorrow, I'm gonna check that project which I gave it on Saturday. Is it clear, ma? Today, any doubts? Online, any doubts, sir, today? Sir, in the future classes, will you explain React with TypeScript? Yes, I do. We do all the applications. Okay. This whole course gonna be with the only project, sir. Okay. Yeah. Any doubts, ma? Till now in the concepts, any doubts? No. Yeah, that's it. Thank you all. Thank you. Online push the code. Yeah, I'm gonna push it into GitHub. You can check it, sir. If anyone have any nice code, you can share it with everyone in the group so that the other people also will see it. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Thank you all.